Okay, welcome to the live healing experience. I am your host, Sue Dumais. It's an honor to be here once again with everyone, sharing this space and supporting any and all of you to shift energies or receive what you need to receive today. We're going to do a little bit of a heart scrub, but also just connecting to whatever message, energy, insight you're meant to receive today, opening up to receiving what you need and contributing in the way that you're meant to, whether that's contributing to your own healing, contributing to being a healing presence in your life, contributing to supporting other people on their healing path, just a willingness to contribute the way you're meant to contribute. And contributing inward is actually just as important and sometimes more important than contributing outward. Being there for yourself and really being a healing presence for self, for your body, for your emotions, for your mind, whatever's needed. So remember that as we move through the experience today. So let's see if I'm meant to share anything with you. There's so many updates, I don't even know where to begin. There's so many insights and guidance coming in right now. There's a lot of shifts globally happening in an intense way, but in a good way. And if you're riding the wave, like we've been talking about in the Living Oneness gatherings, then you're going to be navigating it a little differently. If you find yourself kind of under the current and being tossed around, then go back to one of the Living Oneness gatherings and make sure you find some support there. When you're going back to listen to any of the replays, whether it's the live healing experience replays or the Living Oneness gathering, it's actually a podcast for those of you that aren't aligned or haven't signed up for the podcast. It's a live gathering and then it's uploaded as a podcast and as a YouTube video. And when I was looking back at some of the Living Oneness gatherings lately, because I was doing some changes on my website and doing some updates and stuff, and I recognize we're like episode 38 for the Living Oneness Gathering. And when I look back at the topics, you could literally go back to the first episode and it's like a whole curriculum in itself. It's like there's so much depth and so much support in those gatherings, and it's experiential. It's like a deep dive into the experience of living oneness and anything that might get in the way of you embodying that. It's a whole curriculum in itself. I could make it into a book. I could make it into a lot of different things, but it's really rich in content and experience and energy. So I will invite those of you that maybe haven't listened or gone into checking out any of the Living Oneness Gathering. This last one and the prey predator stuff isn't particularly timely right now. If you haven't already done that, there is a free course on my website for the prey predator syndrome, the duality polarity revelations. Anybody can sign up. There's no catch. It's not an upsell. It's like, here you go, have all the information. It's all in a very specific order to support you in unwinding from that pattern and that syndrome in the body and in the experience of your humanness. So I invite you to dive into that. And that will, I would really highly, letting highly is not even strong enough. If you were going to set an intention to do one thing before the new year, do that course because you will not want any of that playing out as we move into the new year. I guarantee you that. And if you do have that playing out before you go into the new year, then you're going to set yourself up for some real challenges. So go through that course, go in the order that it's delivered. Even if you've done one or two of the episodes, go through it. And then there's bonus stuff that I haven't shared out. It's not in the gatherings or any other experiences. There's bonus materials that I've actually recorded for that course. So go through it in the order that it's presented, and that will free up a lot of your energy so that when you're moving into the new year, you're going to feel better equipped and a little stronger for it. The other thing I'll say just before we begin today is that the Your evolving intuition experience is launching. I'm pre-launching it. It's starting on Monday, but you can get a pre-launch special right now if you jump in. It's 50% off. It will not be this low after this. I'll have a discount, but it won't be this low. This is the time. When you jump in right now, you also get 2 live mentoring calls with me where you can actually physically ask questions. We'll actually speak to each other. It's not just typing a question. We'll actually have a conversation. So those group calls are part of the bonus in the beginning, and there's a online group as well for that. So the intuition, the evolving intuition is all about helping you identify how is intuition working for you, how is it not working for you, and how can it work for you as it evolves. Because it's evolved a lot in the last 5 to 10 years and it will continue to evolve. So this program is going to help you be able to navigate and evolve along with it and be able to use your intuition more, if not 100% of the time. That's the goal, is because once we get into these new energies and you get onto the new timeline fully, it's an intuitive way of living. You're living life by divine. It's an intuitive, heart conscious way of being. And if you're not feeling equipped for that yet, this is the course to help you get there. And it's has some foundational stuff of intuition, but it's got some unique spins to it and some little bit more cosmically advanced stuff coming in. So it'll be interesting how much I share and how much I don't in the course. But you'll want to be in the first group if you want the mentoring. After that, after this first 10 to 12 weeks of me building out the curriculum and putting it into a course format, there won't be any mentoring. So if you're interested, now is the time to jump in. So here we are having this experience today together. I want to invite you to just open your hearts and open your minds to receive what you need to receive today and to really go as deep as you possibly can. The time now, as we are coming to the end of this particular year and shifting into the next phase of our evolution as 2026 comes in, each month this year in 2025 has really had a strong shift and a strong energy coming in. It's been new energy, a lot of new energy. Even daily, I'm finding new energies coming in. But even month to month, there was a real kind of significance in the evolution and in the pathways. So recognizing that this month, December, our default setting might be to just kind of meet December the way we normally meet December and meet January the way we would normally meet January. This is a December and January like no other. This is a December and January that you've never experienced before because the shifts that are happening right now are very unique and very timely and can be a little bit jarring or challenging if you're not moving through it consciously. So my invitation is to be aware, just live consciously and make conscious choices to align with love, to align with your heart, to lead with your heart as much as you can. And especially in this next, I'll say 111 days is the number I keep getting, 111 days. Whether you start counting from today or tomorrow or next week, there is this sweet spot of 111 days coming up here that is going to be an essential choice point and an essential pocket of time where you need to get into alignment with your heart as much as possible and make conscious choices as much as possible, which is probably why the timing of your evolving intuition experience is coming in. It feels very purposeful right now to support humanity this way and support all of you on your path to living heart, more from heart consciousness, not head consciousness. That has to go. Eventually, it's got to go. And we'll be approaching its more intuitive intelligence as opposed to mental intelligence we're moving into. I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath. Let's dive in, see where we go. And as you rest your eyes closed and take some deep breaths, just notice what's happening. There's a lot of energy. I'm feeling very buzzy today. Feel buzzy energy inside and around me. In the last Living Oneness gathering, we grounded in the new timeline or on the bridge or in the new timeline. So out of the old timeline, or no longer grounding in the old earth, we're grounding in the energy of the new earth, the new timeline, a new way of being. So for those of you that didn't do the last Living Oneness gathering, you can set an intention and accept a grounding cord to be placed into the new earth, the energy of the new timeline. And for those of you that had experienced that in the last gathering, the feedback I got was that it felt really good. It felt like calming and soothing and almost a feeling of coming home, feeling a little bit more settled instead of restless. So no attachment to what it might or might not feel like, but just an intention to ground and hold that grounding cord in the new timeline. Because the two timelines are blurred still. Remember, they're still blurred. So you have access to both, but you can shift more into the new one. And then the access to the old one will start to fall away. And eventually there'll come a time where the choice is made and you will be left in one or the other. You'll be left standing in one or the other. Which one you choose is up to you. So grounding in the new timeline and then feeling any of the electrical scattered energy or magnetic scattered energy that's in your field or in your body or in your mind. And just letting any of that scattered energy that has nothing to teach you, just letting it clear down the cord to be reused and recycled, repurposed. Take some more deep breaths. Setting an intention to receive what you need to receive directly or indirectly. Set an intention to be wide open to receive what you need precisely when you need it. And then set an intention as well to release any resistance or place resistance aside so that there's no internal interference. There's no ego getting in the way. There's no fear stopping or blocking you. Honoring any fear that rises up, but not letting it remain in the way of receiving what you need, experiencing what you're meant to experience. Moving forward, we don't need fear. Fear has been purposeful, a purposeful part of our human experience, but we don't need fear anymore. We don't need fear as protection or to keep us safe or anything like that anymore. There's a different choice that's coming. So our relationship with fear is changing and will continue to change. And ultimately, the experience of fear will be completely different. It won't feel like fear. It won't be experienced like fear. We will be aware, intentional, but we will be divinely guided from within. And that will bring us a great level of peace. So invite that feeling of peace now. Imagine for a moment that you were fearless, that fear was gone, completely out of the picture. Imagine for a moment that fear dissolved. Ask for a felt experience of fearlessness. What would the absence of fear allow? What experiences, what feelings, what sensations, what possibilities? Fear didn't exist in your mind, in your body, in your energy field. Be in that space of wonderment. I wonder what that would feel like. I wonder what that would be like. I wonder what that would look like. And just be open to your divinity, your divine self showing you, giving you a glimpse or a feeling or a sensation of what's possible with a life that has no fear. Now imagine a world without fear. And sometimes it would be hard to grasp, but imagine a part of the world without fear. If it's too much of a stretch to imagine the whole world without fear, I can go there because I've seen glimpses of it. That's the direction we're heading. That's what's possible. A world without fear would mean a world full of love, unconditional love, peace, compassion, compassion without suffering. A world without fear would be each of us responding to life as it meets us in each moment instead of reacting. Meeting each moment fresh instead of carrying the past hurt and the past experience was with us, the past fears that would feed the current fears, all of that would be gone. So we could meet each moment fresh, like a blank canvas, and there'd be so much room for other emotions because fear takes up so much space. So imagine as the fear lifts, and even in this moment, if you just place the fear aside to give you an experience of being fearlessness, human experience. A fearless human in this moment would feel like what? Would look like what? There would be space for joy. There would be space for lightness. There would be space for love. There would be space for connection and community. There would be space and almost permission to be a full expression of you. Freedom. Free to be me, free to be you. As we shift out of fear, we're shifting into freedom. If we shift out of fear, we shift into love. We shift out of the density and shift into the lightness, the expanded nature of our being. Any areas in your body or in your mind, any thoughts that come in, any emotions that come in, any physical sensations that come in that feel like they're rooted in fear, meet them with love. Meet those parts of you with compassion, with empathy. Let love embrace the fear. When love meets fear, love expands. And fear is transmuted. It softens, it dissolves, or it's transmuted into love. The nurturing energy of love can transmute fear. Love is one of the most powerful forces of energy here. It's a powerful emotion. But we've been limited in our ability to love because most times our love comes with conditions or limits. It comes with filters or programming. It comes with a fear embedded in it. You can love, but we're afraid to be hurt. We're afraid to hurt others. So if we lift all that fear out, we lift those limitations, we lift that programming, we lift those filters, we lift the conditions and all the limits. And what's left is pure love, the essence and energy of divine love. This is who you are. This is the true essence from which you came and you are connected to eternally. This is your source. Breathe it in. Let it expand from the inside. Let it meet you from the outside. Let it meet any resistance. Let it meet any fear. Let love expand. Choose your essence. Choose to align with the truth of who you are. We've been taught to be afraid of our potential. We are afraid of the power within us. We don't need to be afraid anymore. It's different this time. This energy is not destructive in nature. It's expansive. It's enlightening. It's bright. It's brilliant. It's eternal. It's boundless. It's limitless. This is who you are. Say yes, thank you, to experience the truth of who you are. Yes, thank you. I'm willing. Yes, thank you. I'm ready. Yes, thank you. This is what I want more than anything else, is to experience and remember who I am, the essence, the truth. My essence, my truth. If you find yourself holding your breath, that's fear embedded in the body. Breathe through the fear. Breathe the energy of fear into the excitement and anticipation. Breathe it into a space of amusement and fascination, the energy of wonderment and curiosity. Opening the mind, opening the body, opening the energy field to experience the depth and eternal nature. The essence of who you are and who you are meant to be in this world. You are meant to be animated by love. You are meant to be animated by your divinity. We can embrace our humanness and embody our divinity. We can honor our human experiences, our human emotions, our human life classroom, and we can embody our divinity. We can let our divinity, we can let love animate us, animate our words, our gestures, our actions, animate our human avatar, animate our emotions, animate everything. Who are you choosing to be so that you can be divine love in everything you do? It's about being in the doing. Many people have gotten lost in the darkness of the fear. Many people have gotten lost in the fog and the shadows of the fear. Many people still have filters of forgetfulness clouding their minds, clouding their hearts, clouding their bodies. Ask it now to be lifted. Ask for it to be shifted. I wish to experience my divinity within my humanness without fear, without filters, without forgetfulness, to the depth that I'm capable of handling it in this moment. Let it be revealed to me. Let it be experienced. Let it be in my experience now. Remember your breath. Fear holds the breath. Excitement and anticipation frees the breath of fear, transmutes it. Use your breath as a transmuter. Use your breath to transform the energy. Energy can change form with breath and intention. We form these habits of breathing very shallow. And when we breathe shallow, our body goes into a default setting of worry, concern, fear, or being on guard. So breathe softness. Exhale the tension. Inhale softness. Let the unnecessary holding patterns in the body be released. Give yourself permission to let go, to soften, to surrender to love, to surrender to the essence of who you are. To sink into a divine union with your divinity. This pure, absolute energy that comes from within and all around you. Let it expand through the body into the spaces of holding, into the spaces of habits of fear, protection, worry, guarding. Meet those spaces with love and let this love infuse those spaces, melting, softening, purifying, transmuting, whatever's needed. Letting the mind, letting the brain, letting the body, the nervous system all be infused with love and only love. Through the bones, through the blood, through the fascia, connective tissue, through every aspect of your body, every single cell, all the way down to the DNA, the telomeres, the smallest, teeniest, tiniest aspects, and all the spaces in between. And all the layers of the energy field around you, in all directions. This pure essence that is you, that is your source, has the power and the potential to heal anything that's meant to be healed. Bring it into those spaces with the intention to heal. Meet those parts of the body that need healing and see them as capable. See the cells as being capable. See the organ as being capable. See the parts of the body as capable of healing. Healing in ways that the mind maybe can't fully comprehend. Healing in ways that some would perhaps maybe say would be a miracle. Your body is beautifully intelligent and capable of coming into harmony and balance in healing anything and everything that's meant to be healed. And it can heal in some cases in an instant, a holy instant. What we've been taught and told about our bodies has been programming based on limited and conditional healing. You are a healer. We all are. You have the capacity to heal your body, to heal yourself. And your presence can be a healing presence for others. Imagine meeting the cells in your body, letting them know that you believe in them, activating the capacity, awakening the innate ability to heal, to align, to harmonize. You have the power to heal. And when you align your mind, your body, your emotions, your energy, you become an unstoppable force of energy. And you tap into an infinite field of potential. When you bring heart consciousness into the picture, everything changes. There are no obstacles, no limits. No conditions. Your boundless, eternal nature, the essence of your source, flowing through you, as you, with you. And your cells in harmony with that energy. Healing is not only possible, it's inevitable. Impossible becomes nothing. Opening your mind, being wide open to anything, attached to nothing, having no expectations and no judgments. If it's meant to be, let me let it be. If it's meant to heal, let me let it heal. If there's anything I need to see, know, or understand, let it be revealed. Let it be brought to my heart to be understood, transmuted, and aligned with healing intentions. The truth is, we don't need healing. But in our humanness, we believe that we do. We are programmed to believe that we are broken, that something is wrong, something's missing, that disease is inevitable, or aging is part of the process of having pain and degeneration. It doesn't need to be that way. We only need healing because we believe we are not healed. We believe we are not whole. But the truth is, once we understand that we are already healed, once we hold that vision and that knowing without fear, without doubt, healing is already done. In the meantime, we meet ourselves in our humanness, remind ourselves of our divinity, and step by step, moment by moment, breath by breath, we consciously choose a new way of being in relationship to our body, a new way of being in relationship to our energy, a new way of being in relationship with the earth, with humanity, with the universe. With all beings in all of creation, everywhere, all together, all at once. We remember. We remember. We remember. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. As you bathe in the embodiment of your divinity, to whatever degree it has come in today, or whatever degree you're experiencing it in this moment, with gratitude, with intention, and with a wide open mind and a wildly open heart, we invite it to remain. We invite ourselves to remember more and more. Take some more deep breaths. Without making it a separate experience, become aware of your body again without losing the awareness of your divinity. Because we've just had a full embodiment of both our humanness and divinity. We don't need to ever separate them out anymore. Although we might find ourselves there, you can forgive that experience in the moment and realign with the truth that you are not separate from your source. You are not separate from your divinity, never have been, never can be. It's impossible. We've lived a very convincing human experience, living separation, but that experience is over. We're shifting into the remembrance of our oneness. Moving forward, we will be an embodiment of our divinity, but we will see divinity in all, in everything, everywhere, all together, all at once, including through all of our beingness. Take some more deep breaths, and as you gently open your eyes, hold the intention to remain connected, to remain aware of that connection that cannot be ever disconnected, other than at the level of the mind. Take some more deep breaths. And now I'm going to open up for a few intuitive readings. If you feel inspired to share something in the chat, ask a question, we'll tune in. So I'm going to do it through the chat box. It's easier for me than raising hands. So I'll have you go into the chat. So if there's something specific you want me to tune in around, as specific as you can be, it helps me zoom right into that space where it is. And for those of you, if you feel like you want to share your experience, how that was for you, you're still feeling fresh in that and marinating in that, you can share in the chat, or you could share afterwards as well in the community. Okay. So Sarah, 2 nights ago, I heard two things that I don't believe were in this reality: a man screaming and a phone ringing. Yeah, you were tapping into the multiple timelines. So what's happening right now, because the two timelines are blurred and overlaid, they're kind of overlaid and then they've kind of blended, and now they're going to separate again. So while they're blended, the brain is it's shifting, our mind is shifting from linear to non-linear, meaning linear meaning past, present, future, one timeline, linear, one thread. Non-linear means that we can actually experience multiple timelines at the same time. And I've had many experiences like this, and I've landed in it now, so it's actually easier for me to be present here in this timeline. But initially, when my brain was shifting from linear to non-linear, I would find myself in one experience kind of just staring off into space, but having a full-on different experience and awareness of something that was happening. And then I'd catch myself and bring myself back to this moment, or I would go to that moment. So it's a little bit disorienting, but there's that sort of thing it will happen when you are experiencing the shift from linear to non-linear. Once you get on the new timeline, that will become more of the new way of being. But in the process of it, in the shift of the brain development, it is very disorienting and a little odd, but you'll get used to it, and you'll be able to start to discern. It's like, oh, that's on a different timeline, and you could almost separate it out a little bit and choose to close that window or close that door if you need to, if it's too distracting. So there was a period of time when if I was working with a client and all of a sudden I was like on a different timeline, I had to really kind of pull myself back and close that door so that I could really stay present here. So that's what I'm getting for you, Sarah. Hopefully that helps. Felt fear bands in the head and neck. Share. There is some energy in the occiput, space right between the base of the skull and the top of the neck. The bands are coming up and down the spine, and I see you kind of pulling them out the back, but pull them out from that space at the back of the neck. You'll have better, you're already starting to shift, and you shifted some, but they're rooted in here. It's almost like if you're pulling them from the head and neck, you won't get the root. It's like pulling a dandelion without taking the roots of, of the weed. All right, Daniela, can you tune into my slip disc and sciatica? Daniela, I'm feeling actually your neurovascular system needing support. So it feels more, your body is actually, how do I say this? Your body is capable of being on the other side of this injury, but your nervous system is holding it in place because it's protecting everything. It's protecting the nerves and the blood vessels. So the neurovascular system is in a protection mode and it's not letting go. So when it protects like that, it can build collagen, it can use fascia, it can use muscles to hold the space around those blood vessels and nerves, and it doesn't allow them to glide, and it creates still the tension and the structure of the injury. It holds it in place right now. That's what I'm getting for you. So neurovascular release, if I do there, I do some neurovascular release by Zoom, but there is a woman who trained me, who gave me all her information. She does it by Zoom as well. She's in the US, but she can also help you. So if you need that information, reach out to me by email and I'll send it to you. Ah, Fallon, why am I struggling with money? Why is anybody struggling with money right now? I feel like that's a question that you're asking on behalf of many people. Mm, the thing I keep hearing is money is energy, and you're resisting the energy of flowing through you and as you, because we have a idea of what money is or isn't, or we have this perception of what money is. And really, money is just energy. The conditioning and the programming and everything around it is confusing and contaminated, literally contaminated. And the programming in general, the collective programming around money is to fear it, or to use fear about money, fear of losing it, fear of having it, fear of not having it. So I've had people that have had millions of dollars and they're afraid to lose it, and then people who have nothing and they're afraid to not have money because they don't have money. It's like it's the fear is so deeply embedded. So it's about changing your relationship to money in relationship to what the collective programming is, and then clearing what's within you. The Abundance Breakthrough Program is helpful for that. I have that on my website. It's one of the programs I offer. It's an online program that might help you. But the key is recognizing money is energy, and it's no different than any other energy. You have to take the meaning and the programming off of it and meet it fresh and new, like a blank canvas. And that will allow you to be in relationship with it. The other thing I'm getting for you specifically, and it's probably for more people on the call too, is there is a connection between money and your parents. Fallon, specifically around your mom, there's something there. There's some loyalty to how she experienced money, or her experiences of money growing up. So a little bit of an inherited lineage there as well. So I'll leave that with you and see where you go. Hmm. Marianne, I was feeling frustrated today, feeling demands made on me and my time, especially husband. I want to spend more time crafting in my craft room, but it's as if I'm not allowing myself to do so. Your ego's not allowing you to do so. It's actually not you. I want you to see. So, what's happened is the ego's kind of separated itself. It's evolved and it's separated itself out. I'm going to be talking about this in your Evolving Intuition course. But the ego's separated itself out and became its own consciousness. So, it's no longer your ego. It's like a internal ego interference. And that's what's stopping you from going into your craft room, because going into your craft room gets you into that space of alignment and flow, and your ego is threatened by that. So the ego at this point, we will be removing the ego. It's going to be dissolving fully as we shift into the new timeline. There will be some support that comes in for people to do that, because it's very clever and it's very well embedded. And just when you think you've got it out of the way, it's you find another route or another way that it's tied in. I've just started doing private sessions to help people remove ego, and I've worked with 7 or 8 clients now, and all the ones I've done that with to this day still feel lighter, free, more capable of moving through their emotions, more capable of making choices that and not sabotaging. So the ego is kind of taken on a whole other level of evolution when it comes to causing sabotaging interference on the inside. So that's what I'm feeling for you, Marianne. So that would help you to look in that direction. All right, Heather, sinus headache today again. You're feeling some of the more energetic pressure that's coming in. I'm actually seeing you in like salt water, whether it's ocean or a salt bath, and making sure that you've got your occiput space immersed in the bath water, the ocean water. So having the back of your head here immersed in the salt, that can kind of pull some of the energies out that need to be cleared out, and then a cold compress at the back afterwards. So like warm water if you can, warm salt water, and then a cold compress that can take some of that pressure out, energetic pressure out is what I'm getting. But there is some interference in that space too, which is creating more of a referral of pain toward the sinus, but it's actually at the back, is what I'm getting for you, Heather. All right, Jeff, letting go of the illusions of separation was a new awareness. I am moving through changes with awareness. Will this awareness stay with me in the new timeline? Yes, and yes, and you might still have challenges with it as you're shifting into the new timeline, but it will, as we shift more and more into the new timeline and the old timeline kind of pulls away, it'll be easier. But in the meantime, when it's still kind of blurred and there's still this like back and forth potential, you might be pulled back. Again, I see the ego wanting to pull you back or make you stay in doubt. So if you don't listen to the ego and if you choose this is my choice, this is my I'm moving in this direction, then you'll be able to do it easier as you move forward. But ultimately, the ego needs to be out of the picture. Andrea, I have headaches over my eyes and in the back of my head, mainly at night. Getting up makes me feel better. C1, C2. Oh, I just popped in my neck. C1, C2. Yeah, you're welcome. I just had an adjustment. Um, mm, so you could either see a chiropractor or osteopath. They're really good at kind of moving bones really gently. Craniosacral are the three that are coming in. I have a really good chiropractor who works with me and is very kind of works with my intuition. So that's really helpful, but not all chiropractors do. So whatever feels right for you. But I do feel like you need some support here at the back of the neck. Some neurovascular release would help too, but the structure bone-wise, C1, C2 is where I'm being drawn to. Mm. All right, Andrea, thank you. I feel buzzy and calm. I have Bell's palsy for almost 10 years. I was hoping you might see something I can clear and heal around this. Let me tune in. Right away from behind, actually, here in this space, it's in the reptilian part of the brain, but I'm also feeling in the space between the front and back. There is a pocket of interference. It's a really strong interference, but it's very subtle and well, cleverly hidden. It's actually causing challenges in the nerves of the face and the nerves of the mouth and the throat, and it's camped out there. That's one thing. Two, there is a sense of you. The only words I can find to translate the energy is like holding yourself back. There's a part of you holding yourself back or stopping you in your tracks, not wanting to move forward, but yet you want to move forward. It's very interesting. So it's like a little tug of war on the inside. There's part of you that's ready and not ready. That's a really common ego way where the ego plays both ends against the middle. I'm ready, I'm not ready, I want it, I don't want it. I'm ready to heal, I'm not ready to heal. It's like, and it's not always conscious, but there's a real conflict inside. But that interference right in the center, if you do some of the interference clearing, target right in the middle of the bottom part of the brain, kind of behind the sinuses, behind the brain, into the reptilian brain space, so back here. And you can even place your hand back there when you're working on that space. If you need support, you can do a one-on-one session, a 30-minute session. We could clear that, but it feels really strong in that space. I can't say what's going to happen with the Bell's palsy after you clear that, but I don't feel like you're going to have much success fully clearing it until that's gone. So I feel like you can clear it on your own, but if you get stuck, let me know. We can look at a session. There, yeah. I was attracted by an aggressive guy, and it seemed as violation of free will. Yeah. There's an energy behind you to the left by your kidney in the back of your heart space on the left. It's like an entity energy. It's going to attract and keep other people of that sort coming towards you. So it's almost like a magnet for, oh, really strong, a magnet for aggressive energy, but it's actually in your field. And when you can clear that, you'll actually be able to resolve and reconcile anything that's happened outside of yourself. That feels really strong, though. I would clear that first. So, entity clearing for that. Again, I could do a private session if you have trouble clearing it yourself, but I do feel like you could look at that, clearing that by yourself. All right, Sheila, one more beautiful experience. Thank you. I am aware of how often fear of being unsafe in a body, deficient to handle the experience, sorry, this is covering up what I'm trying to see here. Remove it. To the extent of avoiding things because afraid of fear and panic, like an internal loop. Yeah, so close your eyes for a minute. Everybody can do this. Close your eyes for a minute and see yourself in the left brain loop. And in the left brain loop, there's an amusement park. And in that amusement park, the ego's really strong there. The ego's actually running all the rides, and it's the ticket master, it's everything. The ego's got everything going on in that left brain loop amusement park. So I want you to imagine that you get to choose to leave the amusement park. So if you step out of the amusement park, walk away from the rides, it's very tempting. There's cotton candy, there's everything there you can imagine. Walk away from the rides, walk away from the lights, the noise, the music, the temptation. Close the gate and leave. You don't have to leave the left brain because the left brain is purposeful, but walk away from the left brain loop and the amusement park. Walk away enough that the lights fade, the music fades, and you don't hear it anymore. And then make a conscious choice and recognize that there's nothing there for you. The ego will tempt you. It'll throw little fish hooks and bait all around and tempt you to go back into the left brain loop amusement park. But your choice is to leave it behind, and not go back. Take some deep breaths and notice how you feel. When we leave the amusement park, often there's a shift in energy, and sometimes we'll all of a sudden catch ourselves there. And then the moment you catch yourself there, don't judge yourself. Just, oh, I'm back in the amusement park. I don't want to be here. Let me exit. Exit again and walk away. Okay. All right. I'm going to pause there. And I'm just going to thank you all for being here and for being present and for being such amazing beings in this world and for being beacons of light, messengers of love, and doing your best to show up as love for yourself and for everyone. It's a process, it's a practice. And if you're there, celebrate. And if you forget, that's okay. Forgive yourself and go back in and choose again. And just recognize that this next month of December, if you haven't joined for the Living Oneness Gathering, I do have them next week and the week after, Thursdays at 10. You can join. And I'm going to support you before and after this transition for the new year because it's a very integral part. So I'm not sure when the next live healing experience will be. Generally, it would be the first week of the month, but that's January 1st. So I'm not clear that it's that day, The following week is January 8th, and I'm not clear about that day yet. There is a lot up in the air with my own personal life. We are in the process of selling our house and buying a new house potentially, and in that, I'm not sure what the closing dates or how that's going to play out. It may extend, it may be January 8th, I don't know. So I'm walking with deep trust and blind faith. And when I have clarity around which date I'll do the live healing experience, I will let you know. And you can watch for information on the community as well, the online community. I'll announce it there. In the meantime, if you're inspired to check out your evolving intuition experience, you can find it on my website at heartledliving.com. Under offerings, you'll see it there under the online programs. It includes mentoring, like I mentioned, and I'm excited to see any of you who are interested to join. I will also send it in the replay email. I'll send you a little link to it as well. So I thank you all for being here. I appreciate you for being so willing and committed to your healing path and to your path of awakening and evolving into the divine being that you're meant to be now. I love you. I appreciate you. I honor you. I see you. Until next time, love and blessings. Thank you, everyone. Bye.